Killik Co recently commissioned some research from the Centre of Economics and Business Research into the cost of private education. In this video, I highlight some of the key findings of this research and also outline some ways in which you can plan to cover the cost of private education. Our research has highlighted that the cost of private education has quadrupled since 1990, which essentially means that the annual increase in that time period has been 6.2% per annum. The average school fee now stands at £12,700 per child per annum. The research also identified, whilst the average school fee of £12,700 per annum per child, it does, as you would expect, vary significantly within the regions, with Scotland in the northeast or the north having lower fees of around an average of around £10,000 per annum, and I suppose, as many would expect, Greater London and the home counties having the highest average fee, with Greater London at £14,800 and the southeast £13,900. When you think that the figures identified here are the annual fee for one child, our research then went on to consider the actual total cost of educating your child privately. So for a child aged 5 starting school in September 2014, going right through to the completion of their A-levels in 2025, as a day pupil, the total cost we estimate would be in the region of £222,000 just purely for the education. Once you add in the customary extras such as uniform and school trips of approximately £50,000, that number rises to £271,000. If the child was to go on to boarding school at age 13, so you would have 5 years of boarding school fees rather than just day school fees, that number increases significantly to £396,000 as a total cost of private education. As these figures demonstrate, the cost of private education is significant over the years, and therefore our research has also identified that the affordability of private education amongst the various professions. If you take the professional occupations, in 1990 it was broadly equated to 29% of an individual's salary. That percentage has increased to 61% in 2014. So essentially what our research has identified is that for many, and for private education to be affordable for many, then they're very much reliant on 2 salaries rather than just 1 salary. As our research has shown, as I've talked through the key findings, the cost of private education is a significant outlay over a number of years. Therefore, we encourage individuals to be looking to plan for school fees as early as possible. Some of the simple steps or some areas that you can consider would be making use of your ISA allowances and then using your ISAs to fund the school fees over the years as the bills come in. But many identify or utilise their ISAs for other financial planning objectives. So if, for example, you have a lump sum to invest, you may wish to consider making use of an offshore bond structure. The benefit of an offshore bond structure is that you can essentially make use of your children's tax allowances rather than your own. So it can be a tax efficient means of funding private education. Also, another consideration, certainly for grandparents looking to fund or assist with the cost of education, is to set up a bear trust. The benefit of grandparents setting up a bear trust is the fact that the allowances, or you're making use of the children's tax allowances rather than those of the parents or the grandparents. So again, it can be a very tax efficient means of funding private education. This is just an overview of some of the options available, and there are many other key considerations into getting the right structure for funding private education. For more information, please do contact Killik Chartered Financial Planners, and we're happy to guide you through the various options that are available.